Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, May 19th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. To let everybody know, I will be doing an interview with Sheldon Neidel's group, PAO.com. And that will be on the 22nd, which is this Sunday. I'm going to go over the current condition of the planet and the direction that it's going in, as well as the civilization, so amongst some other things. So that's this Sunday, 22nd. You can get the information at their website, PAO.com. We will be having a reverse aging health call tomorrow, Friday, at 9 p.m. Eastern. Everything that each of us do, that we do, is a choice. And a lot of us wait for things. We wait. We wait for happiness, right? We wait for a lot of things. Stop waiting for happiness. It is already here. It's like be silent and still as a lake for 20 minutes. Watch how joy naturally bubbles up from your being. Nothing is required from you anymore. Just reveal in the bliss, or revel in the bliss, that is already present in each moment. And you may easily discover total joy at your core. A lot of us we develop detachment. Okay? Most of us have attachment. It's difficult for us to understand the magical power of detachment. The law of detachment means that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to choose to relinquish your attachment to it. Now, and that sounds strange to some. The law of detachment means that in order to acquire anything in the physical universe, you have to relinquish your attachment to it. This doesn't mean you give up your intention to create your desire, because I think some people think that. You don't give up the intention, and you don't give up the desire. You give up your attachment to the result, Deepak Chopra. The wise Buddha once said, attachment leads to suffering. And what he meant by this was that whenever we become attached to a desire, belief, thought, feeling, or anything for that matter, we needlessly suffer. The suffering arises because attachment is an energy born out of fear, lack, and disconnection to our source. We lighten our grip on certain desires because deep down we believe we need to manifest them in order to feel safe, happy, secure, or loved. This overly tight grip on this life simply means we are not feeling the natural connection in our hearts to the great healing source and spirit within ourselves. As long as the mind continues to circulate in this vicious attachment dilemma, we can never truly relax and fully access this ever-expanding, all-loving spiritual source that radiates at our very core. Whenever happiness is determined by any thought, feeling, or external event, then we become a slave to it. And the great egoic cycle of suffering begins. Expectations and disappointments are great examples of how attachment leads to suffering. If the big desire we had today manifests or doesn't manifest, it then becomes the main leading cause of our happiness and unhappiness. The very instant we become attached to a thought, we end up forgetting about love, joy, freedom, and the endless possible things we can be thankful for. The grip onto any thought narrows and eventually blocks our energy, creativity, and vibration, so we cannot perceive any new ideas or options available. So perhaps you're asking, how can we be passionate about our desires in life and yet approach them in a non-attached, easygoing way? Well, the secret is the middle path. If we are too attached or too unattached to our desires, they won't manifest. And remember, manifesting is moving energy into form, creating it into reality, and experiencing it. We must hold the baby bird in our hand not too tight, or it will suffocate it, and not too loose, or it will fly away. The real secret is finding our natural connection to Source that is always coming from trust and is free from worry and fear. Our desires have this natural tendency to manifest faster than the speed of light when we are walking down the middle of this road. Attachment is a habit that we learned from society. We are suffering because we are gripping too tightly or too loosely onto our thoughts. The mind gets hooked into beliefs that say, I don't have the money, knowledge, or power, energy, information, or understanding to manifest what I desire. Or the mind cannot hold long enough onto the idea, feeling that I do have the money, knowledge, power, energy, information, understanding to manifest what I desire. Whatever we believe is what we create. You can debate that with the ego mind all you want, but it's a fact. Whatever we believe is what we create. And thus we manifest this amazing, effortless, manifesting adventure or a perpetual daily struggle to survive. It's not about getting what you want, it's about wanting what you've got. It's not about getting what you want, it's about wanting what you've got, Sheryl Crow. The Buddha always said that the secret to enlightenment is finding the middle path. To find the middle, we must look within ourselves, stepping out of the periphery and towards our total center. The real work we are here to do is not just on the outer world, yet also the inner. All our outer struggling is a pointer directing us back inside. Suffering is a great teacher, showing us where not to go and what not to do anymore. Pain is like a hot poker directing us to back off and rest inside until we are finding the middle path. When we listen to our bodies, we can naturally find a way to loosen or tighten our grip on life. And then this ultimate freedom simply finds us. It's quite magical how it all unfolds. The universe rewards us when we truly trust in it. If you want to see if you're too attached to a thought, just notice what's happening in your body. Whenever the mind becomes overly attached to any idea, a tension in the body forms when we think that thought. The more tension we have in our bodies, the less receptive we become to allowing that desired outcome into our lives. The mind tends to be a cling master, an ultimate skeptic of this life. It hasn't learned how to trust life, and so we need to retrain it. Whenever the mind thinks this universe, this universal power, is not real, permanent, and trustworthy, we choose to remind it that it is. When we can stop clinging to thoughts, things, feelings, people, and memories, we will begin to trust the universe will provide all of our needs. We can stop working so hard. We can retire our illusions and take a rest from our daily worrying and fears. We can use our precious time appreciating and basking in the divine source that is already here now. Challenges are what make life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Joshua J. Green. Now, I'd like to explore a powerful healing exercise right now. This is a great exercise and can actually be a lot of fun to do. It will give you instant clarity on how to find your middle path. So here it is. Write down every belief that you think is causing you suffering. Take a closer look at what you are deeply attached to having, being, or doing. Find out what are the things, beliefs, judgments, and opinions that are your mind is currently attached to. It may take a few weeks to completely unravel yourself. Yet keep looking and continuously searching for what is the root cause of your suffering. Discover exactly what are you desiring that you think will give you complete freedom, love, abundance, or satisfaction. Research yourself deeply and explore the truth of who and what you are. Find out what societal belief habits you've been programmed with. Make a list. Check it twice. Find out exactly where and when you've been naughty or nice. Upon deeper investigation into yourself, you'll discover that the mind only becomes attached to certain thoughts that it feels are lacking from inside. Meaning, deep down inside, the person who has 3 master's degrees and 2 PhDs is some attachment to the belief that they are stupid and unintelligent. If a person is a workaholic, always seeking to attain more money, it means deep down they feel a great fear of being poor. That person feels they have to protect themselves from poverty by building up huge resources in their bank accounts. The more money a person needs to accumulate, the deeper the wandering or the wounding is around feeling worthy, abundant, and secure inside. When we look deep, long, honest enough inside ourselves, we see that the pendulum swing is always the case. After you've got your list of thoughts that cause you suffering, and you still don't know how to transcend them, it's time to take a more spiritual route. Imagine what it feels like to be connected, resting, and in perfect union with the divine infinite source inside you. Behind every negative belief is a positive one. Behind every negative belief is a positive one. And lurking beneath both of these beliefs is the secret to being free. When we find the middle path to life, to this life, we start approaching everything again. When we can trust and naturally relax, we will start basking in the magical divine source that is already here now. Just remember, you are always connected to a source of infinite power and energy. There is an eternal love in source inside you. And this is the only place you can find true, everlasting security. Come to know and trust deep down that you have the God-given power to manifest the life of your dreams. It's vital to understand that the mind has been greatly misguided. It has been fed beliefs that simply are smaller truths. The greatest truth of all is that the one that will liberate you on every level, it's the one that doesn't need to believe anything. It knows the feeling of real sustainable success cannot come from striving, reaching, and trying to attain a bigger and better outcome. Remember, most people in the Western world are wrapped up in this striving belief system. So watch out for this societal hypnotism, because that's what it is. The societal hypnotism. It is a mass manipulative belief dis-ease, going around. The desiring disease is very prevalent out there. And believing what other normal people believe is the main reason why your mind continues to fall again and again and again back into the experience of suffering. If one advances confidently in the direction of his or her dreams and endeavors to live the life which he or she has imagined, he or she will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Henry David Thoreau. If you're ready to liberate your mind from your list of attachments, I invite you to do this little exercise. Do it before you go to bed tonight. And read through it again when you wake up tomorrow morning. Imagine in your right hand is a deflated orange balloon, which is attached to a string. Put the string in your left hand and start blowing all your attachments, problems, issues, and worries into this huge balloon. You have a magical breath that can breathe the thing or thought you are attached to right out of your body. The more attachments you put in, the bigger the balloon becomes. When you have emptied yourself completely, the balloon automatically closes its valve and you let go of the string and it begins to float straight up into the sky. Watch it move far away from your life. Notice if there are areas in your body where you feel a release from the attachments. In these places, imagine breathing in a warm, golden, healing light and feel the sense of relief and lightness in your body now that you are free from all attachments, worries, and concerns right now. So in these places, imagine breathing in a warm, golden, healing light. Feel the sense of relief and lightness in your body now that you are free from all attachments, worries, and concerns right now. Take several minutes after you have done this exercise to allow this lighter feeling to reach every cell of your body. Relax into your body and into the spiritual being you truly are. Know that you are infinite, eternal, and will never die. Be aware of this freeing, eternal feeling throughout your day, and you'll soon begin to experience a tremendous shift in your ability to effortlessly manifest the life you desire. So enjoy. Now, if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure that we all are. And the very first thing for any of us, any time, is to relax these bodies. And we do it through the breath. We focus on our breath. We take easy and slow breath in through the nose and an easy and slow breath out the mouth. We listen to our breath. Now, all of you have heard this once or twice, Someone gets excited. It might be a loved one or someone you know, and they're really almost hyperventilating, right? And you say, hey, calm down. Just take a couple of deep breaths. And that the breath calms the body, eases the body, relaxes the body. And the breath is magical. It's divine positive energy. We, the God, the kingdom of God, the source creator, go into the body. We power up the body, so to speak. The lungs begin to, everything comes online. The lungs start moving and breathing, and we have the breath. Now, we also know that the breath breath wasn't available, we would have to leave these bodies. So it's like, what does the breath do for the body? It relaxes it, it eases it, it focuses it, it strengthens it. It does a lot. And when you do the breath, when you focus on your breath, you move out of the ego mind and the subconscious mind. You leave it alone. And you'll know this immediately because you're focused on your breath. You're not thinking about tomorrow or yesterday. You're only focused on the now. How can you think about tomorrow or yesterday when you're only focused on the now? You can't. All that mind chatter that we all have, 24/7, it's gone. It is. And then the tens of millions and billions of thoughts that fly by us like clouds in the sky, you might as well call them programs. They're not there. See, because the ego mind cannot exist in the now. It doesn't exist. So you can see why it is absolutely adamant about keeping each of us out of the now. And it will try to trick you. The ego mind will. But see, since you're not engaged with it, you can watch what it does. You don't judge it, you watch. It teaches you how it operates. So at times, we float off. All of us do it. And it's not like we do it on purpose. It's just like a habit. We could be focused on something. Next thing you know, we're off here. Not a bad thing. But the interesting thing about it is that when you acknowledge, when you know, this is when you are in gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness with yourself, and in the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace at all times. So, when this happens, some people get irritated with themselves and go down, get hard on themselves. But don't do that. Just say, I'll move into the now. I'll focus on my breath. I'll move into the now. I won't be in the future. I won't be in the past. I'll just be in the now. We create our futures in the now. Our futures are not etched in stone. They're written in sand. So we can actually change our futures in the now. And we have that ability. Now, you'll learn, you pick this up. It comes in from the universe. You say, well, I know what's happening here. Fine. I'll focus on my breath. I'll be in the now. See, because if you're in conversation, when you're in conversation with somebody, and they ask a question, a lot of people ask the question, where do you see yourself a year from now? Where do you see yourself, 5 years from now? You literally can't answer that question. In the event that you are in the now and you practice being in the now as much as you can't answer that question. You don't know. Why would we spend so much energy wondering where we're going to be in 5 years or a year? See, isn't that interesting? It's only the now that exists. We can't guarantee each other that we're going to wake up tomorrow morning. It doesn't matter what age you are. In your teens all the way up to 100. How do we know? And, everybody I've asked have honestly responded by saying, I really can't guarantee that I'm going to wake up tomorrow. And understanding that perspective, not through fear, but through the heart-mind, you'll relish every second that you're in that body. That's the whole purpose of this. The journey within that we decide on our own to take within. Not someone pushing us or prodding us. We decide, each of us, that it's time for me to go within from now on. I'm not going to be outside myself anymore. And it doesn't mean that you check out on the life and society and everything. It just means that you're not engaged with it anymore. You don't participate in it. You're a watcher. Let's put it that way. You don't judge. You don't judge others. You don't judge other situations and things. You watch. You learn. You know? It's an absolute, massive education for each of us. And it's right in front of us. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Now, you look at, you're standing on three in front of three paths, right? You're in the center one. Each one has a golden shimmering circle, right? Starting point. And you notice that the trees have formed canopies over all three of them. And the canopies are shimmering gold and reflective and gold leaves and branches. And it's just beautiful. And you look at the one on the left, which is the past, and the one on the right, which is the future. You notice that both of them are very worn. They've been used a lot. But the now that you're standing on, it almost looks brand new. Why in the heck is that? Because the ego mind has got us. It controls us. It directs us. It manages us. Isn't it amazing? And yet it's super insecure. Notice why, have you ever, you see people and they amass great wealth, but it's never enough because they're always worried that they'll lose that wealth or become impoverished. So that's the ego, that's the insecurity. So you got to have more, you got to have more, you got to have more. And those are the people on the planet that get caught in that. And they don't do anything much with it. They don't move it, keep it in motion. They harbor it. And they feel very insecure that they'll lose it, so they just beat themselves up every day trying to get more. So learning about the ego mind, watching how it operates. Remember, 50% of knowing is halfway there. And you can take little steps. You can say, ego mind, you're not in charge here. Every time it comes in, because you can feel it. We all can feel it. We can all feel when the ego mind comes in and demands and wants to control us through insecurity, irritation, anger, stress, fear. You just simply say from the heart mind, ego mind, you're not in charge here. And it just vanishes. It'll come back. It is very relentless. It'll keep coming back. But you'll dispel it each time. And each time it'll take it longer to come back. And by being in the now, it can't come back. It's only when you go into the future or the past that the ego mind is there. So we all go into the past. And we do. It's fun. We use it kind of like a reference, a source. Because, there's some things that we've done in this life that didn't work out. And so we remember those and we say, well, I'm being presented with this. I'm not going to do it the way I did it before. I'm going to do it differently to see if that works better. And then we reminisce about good times and, experiences that we've had. And, it's a good feeling. And we kind of reminisce it, and anything can bring us there. So we'll go into our resource library, the Great Whole. It's a subconscious mind which records everything. It records it all. It's all there, everything. Not only yours, but a lot of everybody else's. So when you go in there, and each of us have this access, we go in, we open the door, we turn on the lights, and of course, we look for walls, and the place is so massive, you don't see walls, okay? And you don't see ceilings. So you kind of, stroll around, and you grab some movies, some pictures, and some books. And you sit down in easy chair, and you watch some of the movies, you read some of the books, and you look at some of the pictures. You say to yourself, well, this was really a great time. Man, I'll tell you, so-and-so, myself, it was really fun, really enjoyable. It feels like it just happened. It was so fun, much fun. I'd like to do that again. And so we review these things. And we take the pictures and the books, and we take the movies, and we set them aside. So, and we put them away. And we turn the light off, and we shut the door, and then we go down the stairs and move forward in life. And on occasion, we'll revisit it. But there are some of us, and I don't believe it's conscious, I believe it's unconscious, but they'll stay there a long time. They stay there so long that they end up taking that past into a future that doesn't exist. They create that future from that past, and they relive that past in that future. And this is why a lot of people will say, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up here. Now, all of us are going to the future because we get antsy, because the ego mind's sitting there poking us, it's poking you. Come on, you got to find this out. We got to know where we're going, what's happening here. The insecurity of the ego mind says, we got to find out. We got to find out what's going on. When is this going to happen? When's that going to happen? So it pushes us, prods us, pokes us, and pushes us into this room, right? This future, and we're creating our futures in the now. That's why they're only put into the sand and not the stone. And we seek external authority. We are looking for those who can tell us what's going to happen in our lives. That's what occurs. So they tell us. Could be. You got card readers, you got astrologers, you got psychics, mediums, you got a lot of different people. Palm readers, everything. Pendulums. And so you are seeking to know about your future. You want to know things about your future before they happen. And that's due to the ego mind. See, push. Oh, I got to find this out. So you're given information. And you look at it a couple ways. You say, well, that doesn't sound right. Yeah. And you just kind of leave it alone. And other people look at it and go, wow, that's really wild. That's actually going to happen. Yeah. The next 3 months, it's going to happen. And you go, wow, and you get all excited. But then, see, the ego mind kicks in, and you start doubting it, and you start wondering, and you go, I don't know if that's going to really happen now that I think about it. And see that doubt? Literally dumps it away. The universe is constantly sending, but you're not on that frequency to receive. And that's what happens. Now, others will embrace it and say, wow, and that'll happen. They leave it alone. They aren't, there's a when. Well, they've been told when, and they're not attached to the outcome. Okay? And they don't have expectations. But they are very happy and positive that it's going to happen. And they leave it alone. Then there's a third group. They'll come in and they'll just kind of nonchalantly go, okay, whatever. And leave it alone. Sometimes, and they totally forget about it. And sometimes later on down the road, it'll appear in their life. So we're, a lot of the times when you start feeling that overwhelming feeling of that attachment, the expectations about whatever in your life, it's ego mind. And to understand the ego mind is to master the ego mind. And by being in the now, The ego mind is not there. So when you look in that body you're in, because you're not the body, the character, the personality, your name, the status in this life, you're the God within the body. Most of us, for generations, have been taught that we are the body. Okay? Or you'd be amazed how many people on this planet believe that when you leave the body, that's it, it's over, everything's over. Everything. You, the God that you are, everything. But they don't even know that they're the God within the body. Mass confusion. So you look in the body and you see 7 lights. All different colors, very vibrant, brilliant lights, much more so than on this planet. And what are they? Well, they're called chakras. And the definition of chakra is wheel. So these are wheels of light, spirit etheric energy. We're spirit etheric energy, omnipotently powerful. We flow through these conduits, these wheels of light. And they're connected to the organic body, the body we're in. They're connected to all of the emotion centers, all of the organs, all the blood flow, everything down to the quantum quark. All flowing. So when we decide to take the journey within instead of outside, we will discover this. And we will also discover that we are the power of healing the body. Acknowledging it is halfway there. Believing it is halfway there. Believing, acknowledging. And what a lot of us don't know, we glow. All of us glow. It's from the God, love, light, energy within these bodies. We glow. We send off different colors, aura. Okay? There is a kind of a camera that was developed a long time ago that literally can pick up our auric field, which is coming from the God center, which is in that body, and some of us call it the soul, the kingdom of God, source creator. We call it a lot of things, okay? And because it's so brilliant and bright, it gives off a corona that is all around the body, and is purple and green and orange and yellow, and all kinds of colors. And so wouldn't it be amazing if, with the eyes that we have with these bodies, that we could see those different light spectrums, and we could actually see our bodies and look at each other glowing. It's to describe it. You're not the flesh glowing. We're talking about within glowing, and it's giving off a light that surrounds the body. And it doesn't diminish. And everybody has the same bright light around them. So when you look at this planet, and you notice that, wait a minute. So we've got roughly 8 billion humanoid forms, right? And all inhabited by gods. And so they're all glowing. And not only the humanoid forms, but the trees and everything else that gods have decided to inhabit, to experience. So if you were to take a starship off this planet, you went out far enough so the planet looked like about the size of a basketball, you would see that it absolutely glowed. Absolutely magnificent that it glowed. And then you would look at all the lights and all the suns in this universe, combine them all, and then put us, this ball of phenomenal light. The suns would be dim and compared to our light. And on this planet, we're creating a God planet paradise in a higher vibrational frequency through intent, through heart-minded intent. The collective consciousness, the pure consciousness, the God, has decided to do this. All forms of desperation through the corrupted souls and lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, and demons are in desperation of total annihilation and destruction. It's what they do. Say, it's just what they do. It's just how they're created. And they're created by all of our negative energy. They're created by our lower vibrational frequency. We create these things. See? And it doesn't mean we do it on purpose. It's unconscious. We just don't go through the heart mind and say, why would I expend all this energy on hatred, anger, revenge? Why would I do that? Why wouldn't I take that energy and put it into goodness for me? Happiness, love, relaxation, joy, bliss, peace, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. Why wouldn't I put the energy that direction instead of spending it in stress, worry, fear, revenge, anger, hatred, insecurities? Does that make any sense to any of us? Crazy, isn't it? And that's why then you can tell that it's not consciously aware that we do it. It's a habit that we've all been goaded into for tens of thousands of years. It's a habit. And so we just automatically do it, right? We don't think about it, feel about it. But eventually we can do that. We can shift, change that direction. And so as soon as we start feeling the anger, and it's displaced. It isn't productive anger, it's displaced anger. And so we immediately shift gears. What can I be grateful for in this very moment? I don't care to spend my energies in a low vibrational frequency. Why would I do that? I don't really care to do that. And it's acknowledging. It's being aware and not asleep. And every one of us come to this guided meditation every day to discover who and what we are, to assist this planet and all of our brothers and sisters. That's what we're here to do. And none of us is more powerful, more knowing than any of us. We're all part. The gods in these bodies are all part of each other. There's no separation. That's the illusion in this matrix. So when you look at all of the light energy beings, right? And all these light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond it, forever. When you look at the archangels, the cherubim, seraphim, the archetypes, you look at the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundancia, Peltoth, Yeshua, all the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, beneath earth, and all of our loved ones who ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes we've inhabited. All the off-worlders, galactics, and celestials. These are part of all the light energy beings. These are gods inhabiting. Gods are inhabiting their physical form to experience their physical form. See, all of a sudden it melts away. We begin to see, realize, and feel that there is no separation. You can feel it in your heart mind. It's a whole different ballgame of understanding and acknowledgement. This is you start to realize I'm one with this universe and all universes. I'm not separate from it. It's part of me, I'm part of it. And you flow with that frequency and energy. And your confidence goes up. And I'm not talking about ego confidence. That's through the head. I'm talking about through the heart mind. And your faith, trust, belief grows exponentially. Not only in yourself, but in the universe. You see, because each one of us gods in these bodies are the universe. You can picture yourself floating out there, right? This brilliant ball of light. And you say, you know that this is all me. Everywhere I am, is me. I'm part of everything. I'm part of all life, all species. Not the physical form that appears, but the God within it. There are civilizations that appear to be fire. God is inhabiting that physical form to experience what it's like to be fire, water, air, all of it. And we're constantly learning. An endless journey within. And it's you choosing in your own way, shape, and form that the beginning of the journey is within. And when you go into that journey, it never ends. Because we're always learning and we're always discovering. We were not created to have an ending. Let's put it that way. Because we're part of everything, which is energy that keeps growing, expanding, and intensifying. It just doesn't. We're immortal. Each and every one of us gods are immortal beings. And we are beings. You understand that? We're beings. When you leave that physical form, you're a being. You're a supreme creator, a supreme reality. And that's what we all do anyway. You imagine if you just never created, never did anything, and you just like a bump on the log, and you didn't care to create, or would you exist? This is a great awakening for this civilization. You know, all the things that this civilization has experienced through thousands and thousands of years has always been external. It's always been seeking that which is out there. Find yourself. Find the truth. Go out there, my son, and you shall find the truth. And most people go outside themselves and spend their whole lives trying to find the truth, and they never find it. And all along, the truth was within them. But because that's a perfect example of how many of us get trapped in the ego mind world, this physical material world. It's fun to watch. It's fun to interact at times with it, but you know that you are not it. You know that you're the God within that body, and you know that you're eternal, and that all the love, all the joy, all the caring, all the kindness, you carry in that body, the God that you are. So, and then we look at this planet. And we say, we want to liberate this planet. We want to, once and for all, eliminate with love, right? Not anger, not hatred, not revenge. That we have chosen to eliminate the corrupted souls, lower dark matter, 5 matter frequency, pure evil, from the planet, permanently. And we do that how? Well, the gods that we are made of love, so to speak. We do it with the love that we are. And we're in the Gogaplexes. It's endless. Gogaplex fills this universe with not even 1 square inch of sacred space to spare. These are trillions of Gogaplexes from trillions of universes. You see, those of us who are awake to a certain extent throughout that existence are all focused on, because we're part of that. So parts of the one focused on this planet for its complete liberation is the pure consciousness, the God. This has happened for other planets. It's happening to this one. This is when you become aware how powerful the God that you are within that body is. And we're gathered in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. We're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy within these bodies is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever. And it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. Massive. Now, we automatically form a white fire circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, this light emanates from the gods that we are, the pure, deep, eternal love. It is the highest of the highest high frequencies. It cannot be affected, we'll put it that way. And we're flooding this planet, saturating it and permeating it 24/7, infinity and beyond. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe. On it, in it, above it, and below it, nonstop. Pure, deep, eternal love. So we begin to ascend above the planet. We immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. Now, the ocean of glitter, we look at things on this planet that we've experienced, and we put together things that bring us close to actually identifying and describing this ocean of glitter. Because it's not like you would see on this planet. So you take grand finale fireworks display, grand finale laser light show display, and the ballroom globe, the one with the etched mirrors, and you shine light on it, it floods the whole room. So you take all of these, much more intensified, much larger, and you put them all together in one massive crescendo. And when this happens, it's like a big explosion of light, and that brings us pretty darn close, pretty near to describing the ocean of glitter. Now, we're all curious, obviously, and we look at all of these reflective points, which are everywhere. We get close up to them. We see these little microscopic, tiny, perfectly etched mirrors, and we enter them, and then we discover that all of us, all the time, infinity and beyond, are learning, teaching, learning from each other. Now, how does that happen? Is it the balls of light? No. It's when we inhabit physical form, we convey messages, either through our actions, and usually it is through our actions, or through some form of noise communication, whatever it may be. And a lot of us, what we're doing is we're focused on the material physical world. So we don't, like if you see a bird flying, you don't look, and at least most don't, look at it and say, I wonder what it would be like to be a bird, to be that bird. And so you focus on that bird and the image of that bird, and you focus on your breath, and you go in silence, you go into the now, and for a brief moment, you will know exactly what it's like to be that bird. Same with a tree, same with a dog, a cat, a bug in the rug, a fly on the wall, a spider in a web. It's same with all of those, period. So, and when you first do it, you go, wow, that's wild. So it starts to let you know that you can do that with anything. Everything has molecular structure. Understand that. Designed that way. Now, to many, some things are just, they would say those are dead. But they still have molecular structure. So we inhabit things, well, forms to experience. It's like, have you ever, they've made movies about this, have you ever had a pet, right? Dog or cat. And the dog, the the God within the dog leaves, the body ends. And have you ever come across a fact where you get another dog, not right away, right, or cat, and it begins to really respond to you, and you start seeing, experiencing similarities between that new puppy or kitten as they grow, as you did the dog or the cat that you lost, that left, the God left the body. Because it's the consciousness that enters physical form and inhabits it and powers it up so that the consciousness can experience it. And what is the consciousness? The pure consciousness is the God. So it's way beyond any kind of university. Okay? It is a galactic, universal experience on a broad scale throughout existence, throughout consciousness, and beyond. Now, we're immediately met with emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are within these bodies, that we're the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created, the gods that we are within these bodies, to remind us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. Then we're met with a white fire. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are protected with a white fire armor, way beyond any armor on this planet. And it emanates from the gods within these bodies, and it's pure, deep, eternal love. It cannot be penetrated by lower dark matter frequencies, survival matter frequencies, demons, you name it. So they can't come near us when we're at that level of vibrational frequency because they'll vaporize. So they just stay away. So you don't have possessions or attachments or all the other things. Ever. Ever, ever. Yet. Only you. Only you have the power that if you decide, whether consciously or unconsciously, to lower your vibrational frequencies low enough through anger, hatred, fear, greed, stress, revenge, envy, all of it, you will then lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, enough so to allow lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies come flooding in. Then you have all kinds of options and situations and experiences of demon possession, attachments, all kinds of stuff. Now, if you do decide to do this, you are immediately met with a double column of light. The first part of this column of light that we created is the purple transmuting flame. This reminds us that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutralized substance, sending them to pure consciousness where they are no more. Then we're met with the second part of this column of light that we created, the violet ray. We created this to remind us all we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame, cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony, the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is the column of light that we created to remind us all, the gods that we are in these bodies, that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams, the skies, the clouds. We are the trees, the forests, the soils, the mountains. We're everything. Everything is us. Always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. So when you do see a sunset or a sunrise, a starlit night sky, ocean front, and our immediate response is, wow, isn't that spectacular? It is, because it represents each and every single one of us, the gods that we are in these bodies. So you look at it from a different perspective, through your heart mind, not your head, not your ego. And through the heart mind, you look at it and you say, that is the God that I am. And it is. You're spot on. That is the God that I am. And it's like, God, we can sure create a planet, can't we? This is wonderful. I'm wonderful. All of us are wonderful. Now, some of us, we continue to ascend above the planet. Some of us decide to step out of our physical form. We're carrying physical form and hover effortlessly above it. And the reason we do this is because we can, and it's really fun. We come in contact with this massive crystalline light tower. We created this tower. It's larger than the solar system and beyond. In the center of the column, we notice this oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is this golden white ball of light. They, in turn, have created this, and the golden white ball of light is literally surrounded in super bright, multicolored rings of light that seem to go to infinity and beyond. This creates a supermassive, brilliant, white, sparkling, reflective cloud or mist that enters through your heart, through your chest, through your heart mind, and it feels like a warm embrace that never ends. And we discover that the golden white ball of light is the highest of the highest high, the deepest of the deepest deepest, and the purest of the purest purest, eternal love. Then comes gratitude, well-being, gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, massive prosperity, massive abundance. And then we realize that all of that is a reflection of the gods that we are within these bodies. Now, at the top of this column, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 24/7, infinity and beyond. What is the golden ocean? It is pure, deep, eternal love. And it's flooding, saturating, permeating this planet, all life, the highest supreme value in the universe is on it, in it, above it, and below it, with this pure, deep, eternal love. There's no escape of the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, demons, all of that corrupted souls. There is no escape. It's all around them, beneath them, above them, and around them. There's no escape. They're all bubbled in this golden white pink light. They can't escape something that has encased them. Now, we all are drops of that golden ocean. We also contain the essence of that golden ocean. Golden ocean is the drops are the golden ocean. And the only illusion for any of us is separation. We see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We all created this sphere over 4 years ago. It holds nearly 1,900 of our meditations in perpetual motion. And they're growing, strengthening, and expanding. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. That's why it continues to intensify, grow, and expand. Because we're every day. We choose to be here every day, 7 days a week, for over 4 years. And it's shifting the planet. It's changing the vibrational frequencies of the civilization. Hundreds of millions of us on and off world, consciously aware to a certain extent. And this, you can see this planet. You can see it through your heart minds, not the ego head, but the heart mind. And you see what's happening. And you look, and all around is this field if you will, of golden, white, pink light. It's clear. You can see through it, but you also notice, look at the hues and the shimmering of the gold, the white, and the pink. And you're seeing all this black goop, AI goop, lower dark matter, survived matter frequency goop, pure evil goop, corrupted soul goop, all of it. And it's literally ascending above the planet. Everywhere you look, you see this stuff going up, right? It seems helpless. You don't see it fighting. It just keeps, it's encircled by these bubbles of pure, deep, eternal love. Golden, white, pink light. And you watch it as it disintegrates. Because it is. You see pieces break away, and they just disintegrate away. They flash away. And any remnants of them that go to the sky, and the sky has been transformed into this brilliant white, golden, white, pink light. And so if they do get that far, it's like flash bulbs going off. You've seen that. Literally millions of these flashes going off because they're vaporizing into pure, deep, eternal love. 24/7, infinity and beyond. There is no escape for them. There is. That's the way it's designed. Not one will be able to escape. You kind of look at, well, what a way to go, to be bubbled and encapsulated and completely sealed in this golden, white, pink light, which is pure, deep, eternal love. That's something else. I mean, this isn't a negative. It's basically eliminating all this lower dark matter, survival matter frequency. This is what we're doing. We're turning this planet into a God planet paradise. If we look beyond our physical existence, we'll soon discover the subtle realms and experience the infinite quality of our souls. Take a single glimpse into what is beyond this physical 3D world. Do it. It will reveal everything you need to know. Let something higher from beyond enter you. For about 5 seconds at least, 20 times randomly today. Allow yourselves to feel the subtle energy inside your physical body. Tune into that emotional and super subtle energy you feel vibrating within your being. Get curious about what it is like and when and where it's coming from. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out. Take an easy, slow breath in through the nose, and an easy, slow breath out the mouth. Be still. This moment is our opportunity to embrace our divine existence. Nothing is holding us back. Our skeptical mind is not who we truly are. We simply let it go. The burdens we carry do not exist. They are all in the illusions of the mind. Stop thinking, planning, and pretending. It is too much effort to always be doing. Just stop randomly throughout the day today and go directly to the source of who you really are. Forget about everything that you should be. Remain fixed upon what is real and true inside you. And for the next 7 minutes, breathe slowly and deeply and release all the heaviest illusions which you get caught in that weigh you down every day. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night and the following morning. We will return here Friday, May 20th, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call, and 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call.